Okay, control D, control enter, sorry. So it is giving error. It is because of okay. Just let's suppose don't specify the type here where name is equal to string control enter. Okay, so it has taken name stream equal to Pramod, right? So it has taken your data type, so string, correct? So this is the Scala interpreter. Okay, this is the Scala interpreter we can use here. Okay, in order to get fine. So this is nothing but a Scala interpreter. Okay, using the Scala interpreter, you can execute everything. Fine. Okay. So now again, let's suppose if I type it here, one more example I will tell you. That example is nothing but let me just in open it. So let's suppose if I'm typing here, I would specify, let's suppose ing, right? So when I specify, let's suppose I plus j, take control D, control enter. Okay, so I plus j, so result 0, so it has declared int 18. So this is called as another new concept, which is the beauty of Scala programming language, and we call it as REPL. Okay, we call it as REPL: read, eval, print, and loop. REPL, right? So whatever values you have entered in a terminal, that all values are automatically whatever operations you are doing, it will automatically consider that particular values and it will show you the result. So this concept is called as REPL, right? Read, eval, print, and loop. REPL. Okay. Fine. So this is the other way to do the Scala programming language, right? So now all people, all of you have all of you have installed, all of you are ready with the setup, all of you have downloaded the codes, right? So I will give you 2 minutes to do that, 2 to 3 minutes to do that. So once you're done with that, then I will first tell you the basic code, then you will proceed further, right? I will give you 2 minutes. Which steps you want me to repeat? I will just tell me. I will tell you which steps. So just double click on that. See what you have to do. Eclipse, inside this Eclipse, I'm repeating the steps again. You have to double click on this Eclipse. Once you double click on this particular Eclipse, right? So this it will ask for a workspace, right? Then once you select a workspace, right, you have to click on a launch. When you click on a launch, right, this setup will get open, right? And if you want to see use the interpreter in which is available in a Scala Eclipse IDE, right? You have to just click on window. You have to go to show view, and you have to inside in show view you have to click on a Scala interpreter. So when you click on a Scala interpreter, it will ask for if you have created a different project. So you can create a Scala test, or whatever project you have created, you can just select that particular project, right? And just you can select that, and you have to click on just OK. Automatically, Scala interpreter will get open. Okay, so this is the first way, and if you want to use the ID available directly, then you have to just go to this scala-lang.org, and here it is available. You have to just click on here, run. Okay, once when you click there, the automatically you can get to see the details, right? That ID will get open here, right? You have to click on here. You have to click on run Scala code interactively, right? So I hope I have repeated the steps which are required for you. So when you click here, automatically Scala project. I will tell you. Wait for some time. I will tell you. Wait for some time. I have not yet started with the demonstration. I have just at the start I informed you to what are various ways and what are the characteristics, right? And I will come to the point how Scala is different from any other programming languages. That also I will tell you. Right, so I will just wait for a minute and then I will start.
Sir, may I ask something?
Yes.
When I am extracted the folder you saved to install the Scala, when I extracted it and I clicked on the Eclipse icon.
Madam, your voice is not audible to me.
Am I audible?
Yeah. Please speak loudly.
Okay. Is this volume okay with you, sir? Am I
Hello.
audible enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, sir, when I tried to install the Scala, as the way you have suggested, when I'm clicking on the Eclipse icon, it is not getting installed actually. The message pops up, and
JDK,
then
JDK. You need to install JDK.
yes, first I have installed JDK. It got installed successfully.
Yeah.
And then I started installing the Eclipse, but it is not getting installed.
Which Eclipse you are? Scala Eclipse or
Scala Eclipse?
होना चाहिए.
Do I need to keep on running in the background the JDK?
So if you are not getting now, so don't worry. Do one thing. Go to this particular site here and just this particular site.
Yes. I went to that and it got open.
Yeah. Okay. So
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, excuse me. Sir,
Yes.
am I audible? Sir, I have launched Scala ID from Eclipse.
Sorry.
Sir, I have launched Scala ID, which
Okay.
I have downloaded. But in show view, that is in a window option, when I click show view, there is no the name interpreter. Only the and console.
So see. Here in this particular option, right? Scala.
I can't
Sorry.
view the interpreter.
Means this option is not available there, right?
Yes.
This option is not available there, right? You mean to say that?
That option. Yes, sir. That option is not available here.
Yeah. But I will tell you why. Because for that you need to install Scala binaries. So install Scala binaries. This particular I will tell you just a minute.
Sir,
Scala
please
binaries.
how to install Scala binaries. That
See,
step I'm in need.
For installing Scala binaries, you have to go here. You have to click on a download. My screen is visible, right? You have to go here and see here. Download the Scala binaries for Windows. Hello. Getting? At the start only, I started with the Scala binaries for Windows. My screen is visible.
Sir, yes, sir. Download the Scala binaries for Windows. So then I have clicked on that. Yes. Then I have to save the file.
Yeah. Save the file and click on it. Save the file. Click on it, and just see. take a proper path in CMD and then just type in Scala. You will get to see your Scala latest version. Okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now, yeah, I wanted to tell you. So you have seen many programming languages, right? You have just a minute. Yeah. So I will just open the C code, right? I think it is visible to everyone, right? So whenever you write a C code, right, you have to what you have to do. You have to import the header files, right? You have to include the header files. So this is the C code. So I include hash include istream.h, right? I mention the main method int main, right? And here inside this I have mentioned printf hello world, right? So when you execute this, right, you'll get hello world, right? Now next is I will show you Java code, right? Just a minute. Why Java? Why Scala is better? So if you look at this, so this is the simple program of Java basically. So one class is mentioned here, class student3 int id. I have declared one variable of integer type. Second variable I have declared it is of string type, string name. Third, here I have mentioned a method display system.out.println id, right? Plus name. So I am declaring, I am displaying the id and name, right, with space. So and this is nothing but public, static, void, main, string, args, right? And here I am creating the object of the student class, right? I hope all are familiar with Java programming language, right? Specifically, I'm focusing on a Java because there is a similarity between Java and a Scala programming language. So that's the reason I'm comparing. And I earlier only I informed you that I will compare Scala and a Java programming language, right? So because Scala also uses JDK and Java also uses JDK. It uses JVM, it also uses JVM, and it is also Java programming language is object-oriented programming language, and Scala programming is functional as well as object-oriented programming language. Right now, so I have declared here one variable class student3, right? I have declared the class. This is the name of my class student3, and I have declared two variables id and name, right? I have declared one method. In that particular method I'm displaying that id and name. I have defined main method public static void main string args. I have created objects of student3, two objects. I have created two objects, s1 and s2. This is the syntax. Student3 s1 is equal to new student3, right? And again I have created a second object, student3 s2 is equal to new student3. So this student3 is nothing but a constructor, right? This student3 is nothing but a constructor. So when a constructor is invoked, automatically the memories for all the variables, methods, constructors, right, is assigned to in a main memory, correct? So when I mention yes here s1, so with the help of this particular method, s1 dot display, this particular method will get called. s2 dot display, this particular method will get called. बराबर है. So this is the normal Java program, sorry, C programming, Java program, normal Java program, right? So when you define a particular class, for accessing this particular class, you need to use the you need to create an object. So this is the similarity. So I will tell you how we do in Scala programming language, right? So in Scala you can directly use the object. You can directly create an instance. No need to create an object. And otherwise, the way the program gets executed in Java programming language, right? You define a classes, right? Then you create a constructor of that particular class. You create an object of that particular class, right? So that way also, but you can do in Scala, but there is some change in while executing this particular all codes, right? So there are changes in the syntaxes, right? So what are the changes in the syntaxes that also we will look at, right? So this is the way of executing a code I have mentioned, right? That is in C program in a and in Java program. And when you want to display a particular statement, you have to write system.out.println, right? So this is a totally object-oriented programming language. So here println is the method, out is the object, and system is a class. So with the help of this, you are executing this. But आपने देखा, right? In simply when you write, you just in a hello world, automatically that hello world gets printed there, right? So this is not a case here in a Java programming language, right? This is not a case. Okay, you have to write here system.out.println, right? And then it will get displayed. Correct? Fine. Now I will just open the PPTs. Okay. So this you have seen. So what are the differences between Scala versus Java programming language, right? So Scala versus Java programming language differences. So basically, Java is a general purpose object oriented language. Scala is a blend of object oriented and a functional programming statistically typed language, right? Developers need to write several lines of code for routine tasks while using Java, right? Scala considerably reduces the several lines of codes into succinct and concise code. Just from one particular statement only, you can easily get, I have executed the hello world. Okay, in order to execute the hello world in C programming language, you have to redefine the main method, you have to define the class, you have to write in a print method, right, in order to get execute that particular statement. Similarly, in Scala, you have to define class, right? You define main method, right? In main method, you have to write system.out.println, and then that particular statement will get executed. But here, right, simply you just when you just type a hello world, right, automatically it will display that particular statement will get displayed along with the data type, right? Now, operators are treated differently in Java and are not methods calls, right? It is different, but all the operations on entities are via method calls in Scala, right? Everything in Scala is an instance of a class, and it is more object oriented than Java, right? Yes, because we can directly create an object there. So that's the reason. So there are primitives and statics in Java that are outside of the object-oriented model, right? If you look at the Java programming language, I have just before some time I have defined one variable int id, right? So int is a primitive data type, right? Int is a primitive data type. It is not. So in order, if you want to use the objects, right, then you have to use the wrapper classes, right? You defined wrapper classes in order to use the object-oriented data types, right? So wrapper classes you use, okay, in order to define the data types, right? But here you can directly use that. So that's the reason. Because of this, Java uses a primitive data types as it is. Java, you cannot say a Java 100% object-oriented programming language. It is 99.99% object-oriented programming language. All right. Next is Java supports backward compatibility, right? Versions, right? Version compatibility is there, but Scala does not support the backward compatibility. Version compatibility is not supported in a Scala programming language. Okay, setting up Scala on Windows. So we already already informed you. Right, first set up the Java home. So yeah, and again more important thing is you have to set up the path variable, right? So you have to go to the environment variable. In environment variable, you have to select click on environment variable. You have to select the path, and in path you have to add Java home and whatever path of Java JDK bin directory path. Okay, you have to specify, right, in order to execute that, right? This is how you can complete the Java setup. You can see Java, check the Java whether it is available or not, Java version, right? Scala setups. Regarding Scala setups, I have already informed you all the Scala setups, right? There are 5 ways of installing the Scala setups. I have informed you, right? You can check the Scala version. Scala version, if you install the Scala, if you through the terminal, right? Now we will look at the control structures. Okay, Scala control structures. Scala offers 5 different types of control abstractions: if else, match case, while loop, do while loop, higher order control abstractions, and for expression, right? So Scala control structures if else. Right. So what will we do? We'll open in Scala Eclipse. Fine. So if else, so what I will do, I think I hope all of you are downloaded that all codes which I have uploaded on a Moodle, right? So if else is there, or yeah, it is there. If else, right? You can just copy paste. You can simply this copy paste this particular code, right? So before that, if you are using Scala Eclipse, right? If you are using Scala Eclipse, then what you have to do? So basically, you have to, okay, right click, new Scala project, give the name of the project, right? Give the name of the project, and you have to see, you have to ensure that use an execution environment GRE Java 1.8. Okay, this is important. Okay, so I will not give any name, but just I will tell you that you can give just Scala paste, or any name you can give it here, right? I have already created, so I will not create again. So you can give, or just I will open for your Scala test or Scala demo. Let's suppose Scala demo name I will give you. I will give just, I will click on a finish. Okay, so Scala demo project is added here, right? So सबने किया है अब तक, right? Scala demo, just right click on the Scala demo, right? Just right click on that particular Scala demo, right? And create Scala object, create if else, जो भी है, whatever name, what the name of the class is, if else, if underscore else, right? So same name you have to give, otherwise it will give an error, right? Otherwise it will give an error. So right, so जो name आपने जो वो code में जो भी नाम है, right? Just copy that particular code. See the what is the class name, what is the object name? Object name is if else, right? So you have to just give that if underscore else. So you have to, what you have to do, I will again repeat, right? I have created a Scala project. You have to just click on right click here, you have to go to new Scala object, right? And you have to type in if underscore else. That's it. Okay, if underscore else. Okay, and just click on a finish. Okay, just click on finish. Okay, now what will happen, I will tell you. Just Scala if else. So this one particular code will come up here, object if else, and inside that particular block you have to paste that particular code. Okay, inside that you have to paste that particular code, and just one line जो भी है ना ये object code, you have to remove this, right? See, we have when you create a object, right, it will come with this particular code, object if underscore else, opening braces and a closing braces, right? So from opening to object, you have to just delete it. I will not delete it because I have already deleted it, right? And just delete that, right? And one more extra curly braces, closing braces will be there, will be present at the last. So you have to just cancel that, right? Just delete it, right? And what you have to do, just select this, right click, and run as Scala application, right? So it is giving me the output. C is largest. Okay, so So I haven't defined here class. I have just created an object. So I will explain this particular code, right? I will explain this particular code and how to define classes and object. That also I'm going to take after some time, right? How to create a classes, how to create an object in Scala programming language, right? So that also I will tell you after some time. So this is nothing but an object. So I can create I have created an object directly. Okay, I have created an object directly, right? Again, I will repeat for because since this is we are executing the first program, right? I will repeat again, right? What you have to do, you have to just right click, right? New Scala project, give here project name, right? Like Scala or a Scala demo or a Scala test, right? Anything you can give, right? Just ensure that here JDK is there, Java SE 1.8, okay, and just you have to click on a finish. That's it. Okay, when you click on a finish, that particular project will be available here, right? And inside you have to right click on here, you have to go to new, right? And in here you have to create a Scala object. So when you click on a Scala object, what is our class name, object name there? If underscore else. So same name you have to give it here, if underscore else. See, you have to do this in each and every program, right? You have to do this in each and every program. So that's the reason I'm repeating this again, right? Because already code is there, right? Just whatever code object you added, that object is already present in that particular code. So that's the reason you from the I will tell you what you have to do in each program, right? See, I have given many examples. You can later on practice it. What you have to do, you have to just click on, you have to just remove this from opening to from object till opening braces, right? And last closing braces you have to find. So when you execute it, it will give you this particular result. It will give you this particular result. Now, one more important thing I will tell you there also in Scala IDE here, right? Just click on a new, Control V, just click on a save. C is largest. See, here also you are getting the output. C is largest. Correct? So अगर आपका कोड नहीं चल रहा है, Eclipse install नहीं हुआ बराबर, you're lagging behind, right? You can directly use it here. You can copy paste code here, right? And you can easily execute. You can see the output. Right now, I'm explaining the code through Scala Eclipse IDE. Right? I'm explaining the code, okay, through Scala Eclipse IDE. So see here, I have created an object if underscore else, right? Here I have defined the main method. Likely you define a main method in a Java. The same way you have to define the main method def main, right? Args array string. So I have defined the main method. I have declared variables, right? See, you can directly declare if you don't want to specify the data type, right? Then also it is fine. Or you can specify the data type also. So this is the syntax for specifying the data type. var, right? Variable name a colon data type int is equal to 70. So I have declared three variables a, b, c, right? Condition if a is greater than b. Again inside this, if a is greater than c, right? Println a is largest, else c is largest, or else b is greater than c, print ln b is largest, right? So in this case, if you look at, right, what's the value of a? I will explain one program. Value of a is 70. 70 is greater than 40. True, it will come inside. Again a, that means a is greater, so 70 is greater than c. C is 100. No, so it will go. This condition will get false. It will enter. It will not enter into a if loop. It will enter into a this loop, else loop, and this is it will get printed that is C is largest. Correct? So this is how that particular code will get executed. Right? Now next we'll execute, let's suppose while loop. Okay, so let's check while loop. Okay, so the code while loop code is also there, right? So for all of you, again, I will repeat क्या करना है आपको, क्या कैसे करना है from the start, so that you will be in Eclipse में कैसे करना है बताता हूँ मैं यहाँ पे. See, मैं क्या करता हूँ, I will do it here in this Scala project. I will do, let's suppose, new, right click, new, go to Scala object. I will while loop, right? So while I will check what is the name. Name is while loop demo, right? So I will give you the name while loop demo. While loop demo. D small or capital? Okay, D small, right? So while loop demo, okay, finish. Okay, so what I will do now, I will just paste code here, right? मैंने code paste किया. अभी क्या हो रहा है देखो, already दो नाम, already two object names are there, so I have to eliminate one, right? So I will just delete it. So after deleting it, so yes, you will check it here in Scala Eclipse. You will get in one cross. That means there is some error, right? So you have to just delete this. So that's two things you have to do in every code, right? Now it is ready. So just select this, right click, run as Scala application, right? So while loop demo, so while loop is executing and you are getting the output as value of x is equal to 1, value of x is equal to 2, value of x is 3, value of x is 4. Now see the code. Or else if you copy paste the same code, right? If you copy paste the same code and if you execute in the here in this particular browser, that you can easily see, you can easily get the output also. What you have to do, you have to just click on a save. See the output, value of x is 1, value of x is 2. So it is executing, the loop is executing in a iteration, right? That's the reason it is giving you the such results. Okay, it is giving you the output. Right now I will tell you this. Okay, see the code here, right? So how the code is executing, object while loop demo, right? So define main method. I have defined the main method. Okay, I have declared variable x is equal to 1. See here again, I have not defined the data type. I have not defined the data type. Okay, just simply I have written a particular code variable. Now this is my, so x value is starting from 1. So I have written the condition while x is less than or equal to 4. That's simple. So print ln value of x, right? So a value of x is 1, 1 is less than 4, true, right? So value of x 1, printed, opening will search. So here x is equal to, so before closing I have incremented a value of x by 1. So x is equal to x plus 1. So 1 plus 1, 2, right? So 2 is less than 4. Condition is true, right? So value of x is 2, right? Value of x is 2. So 2 plus 1, 3, right? Now the value of x is 3. So 3 is less than 3. Closing will search for opening. Opening will check the condition. 3 is less than 4. Yes, true. It will come inside a loop. Value of x is 3. So value of x will get printed, right? Then next is it will come here. After printing, it will come here. 3 plus 1 is 4, right? So closing braces, closing will search for opening. Opening will check for the condition. 4 is less than equal to 4. 4 is equal to 4. Condition is true. It will come inside a loop. Print and value of x is equal to 4. It will print the value of 4, right? After printing the value, it will come here to this particular statement, right? 4 plus 1 is 5. Now value of x is 5. Opening, closing will search for opening. Opening will check the condition, right? 5 is less than equal to 4. Condition is false. So it will come inside the loop. So that's the reason you're getting the value of x from 1 to 4, correct? So this is how you can execute the code. This is how you can get the outputs of a particular codes, right? Okay, so this is while loop. Okay, now just take variable test. Now I will I earlier informed you that I will tell you about the way can anyone tell me which variable we use if you want to declare a constant in a Java, right? Which variable you use in order to declare the variable in a Java as a final constant variable, right? So that the value of that particular variable will not change throughout the program. Can anyone tell? Can anyone tell me? Yes, can anyone tell me? No one. Okay, fine, no problem. So basically here in Java you use a final variable, right? And here in Scala you use VAL, value variable, right? VAL, right? VAL. So there is one code in a given codes, right? If you see the codes, right? There is one code, variables immutables, right? I think this is the code. Yeah, correct. So this is the code. Just copy paste this particular code. Just the same way you have to do, right? I think now or you can simply just copy paste that particular code, right? You can just simply copy paste this particular code here, right? So that you can easily execute. So just click on a new snippet. Okay, you can just paste it, right? When you paste it, just click on a save button, right? Okay, 10 and 7. So output is it is giving you as output as 10 and 7, right? And I will execute this particular code, right? If you want to execute in a Scala Eclipse IDE, right? Same way you have to do. How you will do, right? What is the object name here? Variable test. Variable, and T is capital. T is capital here. So what you have to do? You have to right click here, go to new, right, and Scala object. New Scala object. What object name you have to give? You have to give object name as variable and variable test, right? You have to copy paste that particular code inside, right? You have to copy paste that particular code inside, and then you can execute the same way you have. Or shall I do it again for so I will do it again. So let's suppose what I will do, I will create a new name. Let's suppose variable test T. I'm giving the name as T. So this object will get open here, right? And now what I will do, what I will be doing, I will be executing that particular code, variable immutable. So let's suppose I'm executing this. Okay, I'm copy pasting this particular code in a Scala Eclipse, right? I'm pasting it here. Right now my variable name is different. Variable name my given is, so I have to delete this. I have to delete this. And one more thing, opening and closing. So closing also you have to delete. Okay, so if your code is error free, just select this particular code, right click it, go to run, and click on a Scala application. Let's say you are getting the output. Now, so what I did here, I did here is object variable T. So I will declare an object, I define a main method. So see here, I have defined VAR. Okay, changeable variable particular variable. So that's what I did in the next statement. So what I did in next statement, changeable variable is equal to 10. Earlier it was 8. Now I am doing I have changed that particular value of this particular variable. Earlier also in Scala terminal, in Scala interpreter, I have executed this with the help of I and j. I defined I is equal to 8 and I defined I is equal to 10. So later on, when you define a value of I is equal to 10, so automatically it will give you the latest value. So that's what it is happening here. See, the output is I defined the value of a changeable variable as 8, but it is giving me the value as 10, right? Now see, because I have changed the value later on here in this particular program. So that means when you define this particular variable, the value of this, with the help of VAR, you can change the value of this particular variable anywhere. Anywhere you can, anywhere in the code, you can change the value of this particular variable. Now, see, so I'm printing the value. So println. So println is also a statement. Okay, if you want to print that particular statement, right? So println changeable variable. So that changeable variable is displayed here. Latest value of changeable variable, that is 10. So 10 is getting displayed. They are getting displayed here. Now later on, so this is what very important is here, right? Val my number is equal to 7. So see, it is different here, right? So once you declared any variable using VAL, you cannot change the value of that particular variable later in the code. अभी मैंने क्या किया यहाँ पे I have commented this particular my number. So For an example, मैंने क्या किया यहाँ पे VAL, my number is equal to 7. So what I did here is specifically I have defined my number. My number is a variable name, right? And it is nothing but, what's the value? Value is nothing but 7, correct? So now what I will do, I will change this. Many comment में रखा था. Now I remove the comment. I have removed the comment, right? And now I'm executing it again. Okay. Earlier, what was the output? 10.7. Now I will change. I will just check what output I will get. Okay. Right click, run as SCALA application. Okay. I'm getting the output as 10 and 7 again. Can anyone tell me why? Why it is giving you the output as 10 and 7? Why it is giving as output as a 10 and 7? Because see, when you declare a variable, right, using VAL, my number, right, is equal to 7, then for this particular variable, my number, this, even though you are defined, see, for this changeable variable 8, I have defined a new variable, changeable variable, and with the same name, I have changed the value to 10. So it is taking the next value. But here, when I declare a variable with the help of VAL, right, and here my value is 7 here, and here my value is 4, but it is not taking my latest value, it is taking my existing value because it is constant. When you define a value, okay, with the help of VAL, that means this value will remain constant throughout the code. So that's the reason it is not taking the latest value. That's the reason it is not taking the latest value. Okay, just now what I will doing, I will change this here, and you can also change it, right? And just check it. I'm specifying here. Yes, VAL represent a constant value. Okay, VAL represent a constant value which you cannot change throughout in the program. So now instead of L, I have represented with the help of R. Now just check what output you are getting. Again, what I will do. Yes, it is immutable. So run as SCALA application. Okay, now see, it is taking the latest value because now I have declared 2. Okay, I have declared 2 VAR. Now I have declared a variable as VAR, right, and it is giving me the output as 10, 4. It is taking the latest value. Now I have declared value as VAR. I have declared value as VAR. Are you getting? Okay, so this is what test variable, right? Fine. Now just click on test. Okay, there are various data types we'll look at here, right? Various data types. What are various data types? Okay, so that we'll look at just simple. Again, this is again a simple code. Okay, and that code is also available in this given course test TET. After this, we'll move to our next code, that is object-oriented program. Constructor. We'll see constructor, classes, object, right? We'll also see some advanced concept like inheritance part also we'll see. Then at last we'll see word count problem, okay, using SCALA. Okay, so test is there, test is there. I think that code is missing here. Okay, fine. Data type is there. Yeah, data type. Okay, the code is present there, right? But the name is data types. Okay, just click this notepad file, click on a notepad files, right? You can just copy all this code. You can just click on this code, copy. Okay, you can just click on a new here on a browser, enable browser, right? Paste it here and just click on a save. Okay, it will give you the output. It will give you the output. Okay, simply you can again similarly the way you executed the code in SCALA, Eclipse SCALA, right? You have to again just right click here, right? You have to go to new, define a SCALA object. Okay, click on here, give the name of the to the SCALA object, right? You can cancel. I will cancel because I already created, but the same thing you have to do it here. You have to from the opening braces till this, from the opening braces till the object, and what the name you have to give? You have to give name as test. Just delete this again delete one closing braces from last, right? Just select this, right click, run as SCALA application, right? So these are the various data types. Okay, Boolean, right? If a is equal to true, so Boolean I have defined as equal to true, right? So if a is equal to 2 and I have stored in a variable a, so a is equal to 2, that means yes, its condition is true, so it will Boolean. So it is defined as Boolean, right? Like next is byte data type, float, int, short, double, character, right? So these are the various ways, okay, you can define variables. Okay, let's suppose if you defined one more variable, let's suppose var a7, right, colon, okay, string is equal to, let's suppose I'm typing it here as, let's see whether it is taking. Okay, so again just select it, right click, run as, I haven't printed here, so you have to print it here. You have to add println statement. Okay, so I will add, let's suppose println statement, copy paste. Declared, but and one more important thing is in Java, you have to give the semicolon every time, right? Every time you declare variable new statement, you have to add a semicolon. But this is a exceptional case in Scala. You don't have to give the semicolon. Semicolon कहाँ पे भी possible नहीं है. Check it. Okay, I haven't given any कहाँ पे भी semicolon नहीं है, right? Nowhere it is it is semicolon present, right? So now just here. String as A7. Okay, so just select, right click, run. Okay, so it is giving you a string also. So these are the various data types, okay, are available in Scala, right? So this is how you can use. This is just a demo. Now variable test already we have seen. This we have seen, fine. Okay. Later on. Yes. So how to define a function in a Scala, right? So we'll take the example of this. So there are two examples you have seen. First is this, okay, and the second one is this. Two examples is this. I think these two codes are also available there. Two codes are also available there in this in that particular folder. Simply I will just close all these tabs. In this course, or just simply this type inheritance, type inheritance inference. Just click on it. Okay, you can just copy paste it. Okay, you can see type in inference also. You can see. You can just check it here. New snippet. Copy, save. Okay, it is not giving me the output. So in Scala interpreter, let's suppose when I show, I will show in this Scala interpreter. Scala, let's suppose, okay, inside this, Okay, I have pasted it. Now just control enter. Okay, see the type inference also it is mentioned earlier. Also, I have informed you regarding the type inference, right? So I will just okay. So where I have declared first string, where first string hello, where second string hello, hello world, third string where third is equal to first plus second, right? So just I am declaring variable and I am by default adding first and second variable, right? So when I add first and second, so this is called as the type variable. This is called as REPL, read, eval, print and loop, right? This is a new concept of Scala. Okay, so first string hello, second string world, and in third string I'm combining hello world, hello comma world. Okay, so it will give you the third result, and it is of type. It is also specifying you the type, and that the type is nothing but your hello world. Okay. Fine. So this definition, yeah, object definition. So this is nothing but okay, how to define a function, right? So object obj define, right? I have declared a main method. I have just declare a variable var result is equal to function example, right? Function example, and see, this is the round parenthesis. So this is my calling function. Okay, this is nothing but a calling function, right? And the calling function, the the result of this is stored in this particular variable. Is nothing, that variable name is nothing but a result, right? And I'm printing that particular result here, right? So when this function example, okay, this method is called, this function is called, this will okay come here, the pointer will come here and pointer will enter in this particular loop. So what is the syntax, right? So this is nothing but a syntax. This is nothing but a syntax for defining a function. So what is the syntax? So this is the syntax which I have highlighted. DEF, right, is the keyword. Function example round parenthesis is equal to, okay, here you have to specify, you can declare a return type also over here, right? If you don't want to declare a return type, right, then it is fine, no problem, right? Is equal to, you have to specify is equal to, right? In curly braces I am specifying var a is equal to 10, right? So value of a is nothing but 10. I have defined the value of a is equal to 10, and a I have just simply mentioned here a, correct? So this a will get stored here in result, and it will give you the result. Just select all the code, right click, right, and just run as Scala application. So it will give you the value as 10, right? So this is how you can define the methods in Scala, right? You can just simply copy paste this particular code, right, and you can paste it here in this particular code new, right, and it will give you the result as 10. Okay, so this is one example. Second example, again I will tell you. The second example is nothing but this. Okay, with parameters. Okay, you can define the methods with parameters also, right? So what is happening here, right? So my defined as object name as obj defined definition, function definition, right, with parameters, right? So that's the reason I've given the object name as obj function definition 1 parameter with parameters, right? I've declared a main method, right, is equal to function example 10 comma 20. So this is the parameter. I have passed two parameters here, right? So when I will define this particular method, I need to declare two variables. So that's what I did here. Def function example, right, a colon integer comma b colon integer. I have specifically defined here the data type, right? Where c is equal to a plus b, print ln c. C में क्या कर रहा हूँ, print कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. I'm now here, I'm printing the value directly here, right? I'm not returning the value, I'm printing the value here directly, right? So function LL is 10 and 20. The value of a is nothing but 10, value of b is nothing but 20. When the call is nothing but a function call, so it will, a pointer will look for a function, so it will come here. So value of a is assigned as 10, value of b is assigned as 20, right? So 10 plus 20 is nothing but 30, right? So 10 plus 20 30, so println value is equal to 30. So just check, just select this, right click, run as SCALA application. Okay, it will give you the output as 30. Just again copy paste this code, right? Copy paste this particular code, right? And just check it here. New, copy paste it. Just click on a save button. It will give you the output. So just check. It is giving me the output as 30. Correct. So it is giving me the output as 30. Correct. Okay. Now, next is, let's take an example of object-oriented programming, right? Object-oriented programming, right? Object-oriented programming. We'll see object-oriented programming first, then we'll see constructor and constructor overloading. Constructor overloading also see, and constructor example also see. So we'll just see object-oriented programming. So just area underscore SCALA. Okay. So just I will select this. I will run as SCALA application. So area, it is giving me the area as 240. It is giving me the area as 240. My voice is audible, right? My screen is also visible. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. So I will check this. Function definition. So I hope this codes you are executed, function definition codes. Right. So that codes are there. If you are not executed it, please execute it. Please execute it. Both the codes are here. Okay. Function definition first code and function definition with parameters. Both the codes are here. You can just execute this, copy paste this code and just execute this particular codes. Okay. All are executed this particular codes. All are executed this particular codes. Fine. Now I will come to object-oriented program. So see, here I defined a method class area. I defined a class. So in this case, how you have to do? You have to just right click, go to new, and you have to just click on a SCALA class. Same way, and you have to give the name as this SCALA, right? Give the name to this particular class, right? And just do that. Just write this particular code. Okay. Simply just check it whether I don't think option नहीं आ रहा है. Okay, so just I have already executed it, so I will explain it. So I have defined one particular class. Okay, the name of the class is nothing but a area. Name of the class is nothing but a area. Okay, so and inside this particular class area, I have defined a method multiplication, right? Okay, multiplication MULT. So this is nothing but a function. And just prior to this, we have seen how to define a method. So I define a method. I declare a method. Define mult, right? And inside this I have declared VAR variable s1 comma s2, and I have passed as 3 comma 80, right? VAR s is equal to s1 into s2. Println area is yes. Okay, I'm specifying, I'm passing the value because the multiply is nothing but a multiply of s1 into s2. So it is stored in yes. So println area is yes, correct? So object area R, right? And this is the main method, right? This is the main method. This is your main class, you can say. This is your main class. It is object, because why we are creating it as an object? It is nothing but the way you defined earlier, the same way you can define the object here, right? So I have declared the main method, right? And inside main method, how you can create an object for this particular class, right? So like in Java, you can create an object for any class. You can create an object for any class the same way. Okay, see, since it is earlier in our method in Java programming language, what happens? Okay, we write public static void main, right? Here, there, where we declare a static, right? Because if you not declare a static, then you need to create an object for that particular class, and then only you can, using that particular object, you can get it. You can get the required. You can call the required methods, right? So that's the reason we declared a main method as a static. But here, okay, it is nothing but an instance. The object is already there, so that no need to create an object for this particular class, right? So, but for creating an object for this particular class, because you have defined the method mult in this particular in this particular class, so for accessing all the parameters which are present in this particular class, you need to create an object for this particular area class. So how you will create an object for this particular area for this particular class, right? So this is how of the what's the standard syntax. So you have to define as val. This is the name. Okay, object name is nothing but ex is equal to new area. So this is nothing but a constructor. This is nothing but a constructor, same as Java, right? Same as the class name, right? Without return type. Okay, when it is there, it is nothing but a constructor. So it is nothing but a constructor. And so using this particular object, right? ex.mult, I am calling this particular method. And this method, when call to this particular method is happened, right? Then this will enter in this particular loop. The values are assigned, and it will execute this particular area is this calculation 33 8 3s are 240. So automatically it will give you the output as area is 240, right? Okay. So this is what object-oriented program. Right now, I will come to the part of constructor. So constructor class I have created here. So this is nothing but a constructor. So constructor is there, right? So constructor code is there. So you can just copy paste this particular code. Right? And you can check the output, right? You can copy paste this particular code, copy paste, right? I will tell you. So if you are copy pasting here, just click on a new, okay, click it here, just copy paste it here and just save. Okay, it will give you the result, right? Author name as Pramod, chapter name as 6, total published articles is equal to 60, right? So this will give. So I will tell you how this happened. This is quite interesting, right? If you know the how the Java program gets executed, right? So you can easily compare it, and how Scala is better than Java here in this case. How you can reduce the codes, right? So that also you can easily, from this particular line of codes, from this particular example, you will get an full detail, right, about how Scala is better than Java, right? When you talk about the codes, correct? So two ways you can execute it here. When you execute it, you will get an output like this, right? And or else you can do it here. You can copy paste here. So how you will do the code? आप कोड execute कैसे करेंगे? So how you have to do? So just right click here in a Scala Eclipse. If you are executing in an Eclipse, just a minute. Okay. Now, so how you will do? You just have to right click on a Scala. When you right click on a Scala, just since we are defining a class now here, so you have to define here Scala class. What name you have to give? Okay, the same name, because I in the code which I have given, the name is this. See, you can change the code name here, whatever name you want to give it here, you can give it here. But what you have to do, while in the code which I have given, that in that particular code, you have to write the same name which you will give it here. So you can give here like CVL, so constructor, class constructor. CC also you can give any name you can give. Class constructor demo, right? So that also you can give. So any name you can give it here. But what you have to do, keep in mind when you just finish this, then what you have to do, you in the code which I have given, in that code save, you have to just copy paste this particular class name, and you have to replace this class name here. यहाँ पे आपको क्या करना है, class name आपको replace करना है. But I will not create another name here, right? And see, again, same changes you have to do, right? When you copy paste, so opening curly braces and a class name you have to remove, and at the end you have to remove the closing braces, right? So that two things earlier you have seen, we have executed many examples, so you are familiar with what changes you have to do while executing a particular code, right? Or you can simply execute in a direct link available here. Just you have to click on here, right? And you have to just click on paste the code. You have to paste the code here, and just you have to execute it, right? So you will get the particular output, right? So now I will come to the code part. I will execute, I will explain this particular code part. Okay, now, so basically, yeah, we are talking about the Eclipse. So here, so I am executing now. I am executing this particular code. So right click, select this, right click, run as Scala application. Okay, so I'm getting the output. So I'm getting the output, correct? I'm getting the output the same way. So what I did here, so directly here, class constructor I have defined here. See, this is nothing but a class name, and inside a class name I have passed the parameters. So it is nothing but a parameterized constructor. It is nothing but a parameterized constructor, right? So inside a class only I have passed the parameters, right? I have passed the parameters here itself. Correct. So it is nothing but a parameterized constructor. So what parameters I have passed here? I have passed two parameters. I have passed three parameters. Right. We are author name string Rohan. Right. So why it is not giving? So if you look at the output, it is giving you as a. So don't get confused. I will explain each and every part in detail. Right. So why it is giving you the Pramod? Why it is not giving the Rohan? When you define here author name as Rohan, it is giving you the Pramod, right? So that I will tell you later. So it is the author name is Rohan, right? Comma where C name, right? That is nothing but a chapter name, is nothing but a 6th chapter name, right? We are article is nothing but a 60. So total published articles, right? Published articles. P stands for published articles, right? So it is nothing but the integers as I have specified. So how many parameters I have passed? I have passed here 3 parameters, right? I have passed here 3 parameters, right? And I have defined one method, right? Def display. And in this, I have returned println statement in order to print the values, okay, which I want to print, correct? So println author name is equal to author name, a name, same parameter I have passed here, right? Chapter name as C name, right? And total published article as P published articles, this parameter published articles, correct? So this is my class. So I have done with my class. Now I am creating a main object. So always you have to create a main object, right? Because see, and in the Java program also, always you write your main method in the main class, right? Same way here, we defined here main object. Are you getting it? We are not defining a class, right? We are defining it as an object, correct? So what happens here? So again, I have defined the main method. So inside a main method, creating an initializing object. Creating and initializing object of ABC class, correct? So it is nothing but a constructor class, right? So how you define the object of a class? So earlier in previous example also, we have seen how we create a examples, how we create object of a particular class, right? So you see, so similarly, for this particular class also we'll see how to create an object. So how to create an object? var obj. So var obj. So this is nothing but an object name is equal to new class name. What is my class name? What is my class name? My class name is this. So same class name you have to pass it here, right? So this is nothing but a constructor. This is nothing but a constructor, right? And in constructor, I have passed one parameter, and that parameter is nothing but author name, right? Then what author name I have passed? I have passed author name as Pramod, correct? What parameter I have passed? Pramod. And what only one parameter I have passed. So this is nothing but a constructor overloading. See, if anyone is familiar with Java programming, then they can comment what do you mean by constructor overloading in a chat box. I will give you 15 to 20 seconds only. Okay, anyone can tell me what is constructor overloading, right? So where in Java, whenever meanwhile you can comment it. Okay, so what happens here in Java, if you want to execute this particular constructor, right? If you want to execute this particular constructor, then you need to execute. You need to add 3 parameters. Since this constructor has 3 parameters, so you need to pass 3 parameters here, right? Then only this constructor will get executed in Java. But this is not the case in Scala programming language. In Scala programming language, just check it. Okay, just what I will do is just copy paste so that I can use it later on. Okay, so just I will X. Okay, so make a ravi. So now just see the result. Mera earlier when I executed, my author name was Pramod, but now I have removed that. I haven't passed any parameter here. So this is nothing but what? Default constructor. When you are not passing any parameters in a constructor, right? It is that constructor is called as a default constructor. Are you getting? That parameter is called as, that constructor is called as a default constructor. Are you getting? Now, but see here, no default constructor is present. Check the code again. Check the code twice. Code is in front of you. Check the code. I haven't passed any single default constructor. Where for just for an example, I will add here. I will add here just for an example, just for an explanation. Just give me a second. I will add here as this. Okay. So this is called as a default constructor. This is called as a default constructor. But I haven't added. May add when I will run this particular code. I will remove this particular the constructor. I will remove this particular constructor. Right. So this is the constructor which is there. That constructor is a parameterized constructor. That constructor is a parameterized constructor. Correct. So now I will execute this. I will execute this. Run as Scala application. See, you got the output as it is giving that output. I haven't changed anything. Just got there. What I will do, I will create a new. Just wait a minute. I will execute it here. And new. Okay, and I'm executing it. Okay, I will execute now. Okay, so just I will remove now this. Okay, and I will execute it again. See, okay, you got the output. Check. See, this is my the constructor. This was my constructor, right? Constructor. What is the constructor? Class constructor, right? and I haven't passed a single parameter here. So this is nothing but a default constructor. But default constructor is not present here. No default constructor is there. But still I am getting the output as Rohan 6. Same jo bhi display method mein, because I am calling this display method obj.display. Correct? I am calling this particular method obj.display. That's the reason it is giving me this whatever print, whatever is present in this particular print statement. All these particular statements are printing here. Right? So this is what. So using one single constructor, by defining one single constructor, you can execute n number of constructors. Right? So whatever parameter you want to change, right? You whatever parameter you want to change, if you let's suppose जैसे मैंने अभी change किया था, right? Instead of author name Rohan, I want to add or even though let's suppose this is what default constructor. Now I want to execute two parameters. With two parameters I want to execute, right? So let's suppose I will add two parameters, right? Author name, a name, a name is equal to Pramod. So I will specify a name equal to Pramod. Okay, so I've changed it, and let's suppose one more parameter you want to add. Let's suppose P. What is the name? P article. P article equal to it is 70. I will add as 6. I will add as 70. Right. So I added two parameters. So you can change as per your requirement. You can add the parameters. So this is the constructor with two parameters. So no constructor with two parameters, but still it will execute. Right. Equal, right? Variable name is different, so same name you have to give. I will just it is not correct, right? Article. Yeah, now it is correct. So variable name. So that's what you have to do when you deal with a object-oriented programming language, right? You have to make sure about small silly mistakes. Otherwise, your code won't get executed. Run as Scala application. So see, the name is changed to Pramod, right? And total published articles is equal to 70, right? So this is what the beauty of the Scala programming language. Okay, using one constructor, you can create a constructor, right? And you can execute n number of constructors as per the requirement, right? So there are many demos are there, right? But still, I will execute one more, and then I will come to this this code, MapReduce code using Scala, right? But before that, more code is done. Right. So this is what inheritance. I will show you the inheritance, right? So this is the parent class. I will just explain this particular code. You can execute. The code is available, right? Class circle VL radius is equal to 5, right? The definitions. This is the one method is defined here, right? Calculate area, print radius into radius. Radius I have defined in variable here is equal to 5. So I have defined one another class, right? Class sphere, exchange circle, the same methodology. So I am overriding this. Override the definition, calculate area is equal to, right? So I'm printing here sphere is nothing but radius into radius into radius. So this is the method. So I have created an object of sphere object, right? I have created a sphere object, and in this I have defined the main method, and I have created an object new sphere. This is how you can directly also call the particular method new sphere dot without creating an object variable, right? I haven't created an object variable. Yeah, I have directly used this new keyword, the constructor of this sphere class, right? Dot calculate area. So when I will execute this particular code, right? See, I have declared this radius in parent class. Circle is my parent class, my base class, right? And I'm using this. I'm inheriting this radius. I'm inheriting this variable in this child class. So this peer, this is nothing but my child class. This is nothing but my child class, right? And this is nothing but a calculate area. The calculate area method is also present here. Calculate area method is nothing but present here, but I am overriding this calculate area here, right, in this particular peer class by extending circle parent class. Okay, so so I will execute this particular code. So I will execute this particular code, right click and run as Scala application. Okay, so it will give me the 5 into 5 into 5. So 5 into 5 into 5 value is present here, right? So 5 into 5 into 5 is nothing but 125. So if I write the print statement, so radius, sorry, area of a sphere is nothing but 125. Okay, so this is what are inheritance. So many all various parameters which are required with respect to Scala, right? Defining a classes, defining various variable declaration, method declaration, right? Class declaration, object declaration, inheritance, right? Constructor, overloading constructor, so that everything we have seen, right? So now I will execute MapReduce program, right? Word count program, right? So word count program I will execute. So this all are program executed. You can execute. We already seen all control structures. If else, see, I haven't given more time on the control structures because you all are familiar with control structures. So no need to do the same exercise again and again. Control structures, if else, while, do while, right? Case, that everything is same. So that's the reason I haven't focused on that. And many programs are also there, but we'll not see the simple program minimum maximum, right? So we'll see the word count problem. So I will demonstrate you after explaining this, right? So so this is word count using Scala. So step-wise I will share these PPTs with you so that you can do at home later on, right? So create and save a text file, right? And you add whatever numbers, whatever words you want to add randomly, repeat it, right? So just add it, normal file, text file, right? So this is the first step. In next step, so I will share the code also, and that code is already present in this particular codes folder. Right, I have added two codes here for word count 1 and word count 2. You can see here, and already input files are already there, text files are already there. So these are nothing but text file, word count input 1, word count input 2, right, and word count 1 and word count 2. These are the two codes, right? So you can easily execute it later on if you have the Scala binaries, or you can install on a Scala Eclipse, right? So I will show you first all the steps. So this is nothing but a create new file dot Scala. You have to write that particular file. This is nothing but a notepad file. Okay, this is nothing but a notepad file. Just a minute. So I will show you the word count 1. So this is nothing but a notepad file. So this is, whenever you save this particular file, you have to save as .scala, right? You have to show this particular file as word count _1 .scala. Likely you say Java file, right? Word count .java, right? Or area.java. The same way, when you save this particular file, this is how you have to save as word count _1 .scala. Okay, .scala. So I have saved this particular file on a desktop. So you have to save this particular file on a desktop. Okay, correct. So I have already there. So I will replace it. Fine. Or anywhere you can save. Just you have to give the path. Okay, while you're executing it. So I will finish because I have only 5 minutes. So read the input file word count. So this is the code for reading the file, right? Then next, for each and every code is also explanation is also given here. So this is the MapReduce code, input dot get lines, reads each of the lines, and you can even see that how the simple number of lines. See the number of lines of codes. See the number of lines of codes which is present here, which is given here. See, very few lines. So that's the beauty of, at the start only I inform you that the number of codes required to execute the Scala program is very less compared to Java programming language. Very, and it has a number of libraries. Okay, so you can use that library and you can get it, right? So reads each file of the world using this. Then next this particular function dot flat map underscore inside bracket underscore dot split. So it will split. This is nothing but a mapper, split each line into individual words, right? Now next code is nothing but this. See, if you, the code is also given and the explanation of the code is also given. This is nothing but a reducer which creates a hash map and iterates through all the words. If the word is present, count is increased by 1. If the if a word is not present, count is set as 1. Okay, so this is that particular code, right? And this is the full code. So now I will execute this. So how you have to execute? So this is how you have to execute. You have to open the terminal, right? And you have to execute as scala space file name dot scala. So I will show you here. So I already executed it earlier, but for you again I will execute it, right? So basically, right? So I have, wherever you have, so basically I have my code file and I have my input file on a desktop. If you look the desktop, okay, if you look the desktop, just a minute. Yeah, so if you look the desktop, I have I don't know where that particular file should go. Yeah, word count underscore 1 and word count underscore 2 and word count underscore input is there, and input 1 is also here. Input 1 is also here. So somewhere यहाँ पे कहाँ पे रहेगा मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है. Okay, so I will give you the demo because I have only 5 minutes remaining. So how you will execute that? So Scala, this is the, so I am executing it through terminal now. I am using through command prompt. Okay, I am executing it through command prompt. Okay, Windows command prompt. So Scala. So file name. So my file name is word count underscore 1, right, dot scala. Okay, so again, so you have to give the specific path, okay, where your files are present, right? So scala, so this is the keyword, this is the file name, code, your code file name जो भी आपने दिया है, class name, word count underscore 1 dot scala, and just click on enter. You'll get the output. Okay, so see, well, if you look at the word count 1, so yeah, I have in that particular code folder word count 1. Yeah, word count 1, this is the text file, right? Word count 1. Yeah, so this is a text file. See, so this is how I have numbered. I have declared the all numbers in this particular file. You can add. So let's suppose if I add new one here, let's suppose I add 19, I add 190, or let's suppose I add space 190 space, let's suppose 18, let's suppose again 190 I will add, right? I will save this, save. I have saved this. Oh no, this file is not on desktop. I have opened different file, right? But let me just copy paste this file so that I will get the output for your understanding. I know I will replace the file. So I have replaced that particular files. Okay. Now I will execute it again. Fine. Okay. So I will execute it again. Same scala space file name dot scala. Okay. Executing it. Enter. Okay. So see, 190 is added here. 190 is added here. So whatever numbers you will add, that all numbers you have to that all numbers for all that all numbers. See, what I have repeated. If you see this particular file, word count underscore 1. No, this is not. This is I have again cancel that particular file. Word count input 1. See, so 190 I have added, right? 190 I have added. So you and number of times you will add that particular files, automatically you will get that particular result. Again, I will show you the second output and then I will stop. So see, I will add. I have added this particular file. I have added this particular file. So this is already present on a desktop. So I will add on a desktop. I will add on a desktop, and then I will stop for today. Word count input 2. So let's suppose I will add one more name here. Let's suppose Pramod. Okay. Again, I'm repeating. Let's suppose Pramod. Okay, I am saving this particular file. Save. So मैंने इस file save किया है. Now I am executing it in a terminal. Okay, word count 2. See now word count 2. So word count 2 dot SCALA. I have that particular code also. So just click on it and enter. You will get the output. Okay, so see, Pramod was already if you see the output, I have executed earlier. See, word count 2.scala. Word count 2.scala. No Pramod word is there here. No Pramod word is there here. Right? But if you look at here, I have added that particular one word here, Pramod. Right? Right? And I executed it. I have got the word count. Okay, sunny is occurred 1 times, partially cloudy twice, cloudy 4 times, Pramod 2 times, drizzle 1 time, stormy 4 times, rain 1 time, snow 1 time, and overcast 1 time, right? So this is how you get the you can do a map reduce in Scala. Also, it is very simple. Yesterday you have gone through the map reduce code in Hadoop, right? Using Java thing or Python, but the number of codes required there are very big, very large number of codes. If you same work if you do in Scala, it is very small. Okay, so I think I have crossed. It's totally 5 p.m. So I will stop it here. Thank you so much. Any doubts, you can free to share your doubts with me. Okay, on my mail ID PRAMOD. I will comment my mail ID in chat box. Any doubt, you can communicate with me, and I will share this all codes already I have shared with you. I will also share my this PPTs also so that you can do that. Okay, so I have shared my email ID, so you can connect with me use this mail ID if you have any doubt. Thank you so much. Hello. Rathod sir. Sony madam.
Yes,
sir, I have finished.
Yeah, thank you very much. Enthusiastic resource person. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Manisha madam is there? Just a minute, sir.
Oh, no problem, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You're welcome, sir.
This is your virtual memento.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So finally, whatever you suggested, scalable data science, we have conducted it for these 3 days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. Welcome, sir.
Okay. So participants, now I can understand that you need 5 minutes break at least. I don't know Parvez sir he has joined or not. Let me see the contact. Acha, Parvez
Yeah. I have joined. So let them take a break. Let them take a break of.
Yeah. 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. I can understand. We'll meet again at 5:10.
Yeah. Please 5 to 10 minutes break and. Okay, sir. Okay. And then participants, I have shared one collab link. It is for tomorrow's session. Tomorrow's Rocky sir session. It has been available made on Moodle also. And here also in chat box, I have shared the link. Okay. So let us have break for 5 to 10 minutes.